Hey guys, welcome to the CodeMC server. My name is Code. This video is going to be a start of a series where, I've had a lot of questions on Reddit and things like that. I've posted some of my builds and things like that. So I figured, let's do some videos, I'll give you guys a server tour. We'll make some cool videos in the process, some cool content. But here I am on the CodeMC server. This is a SMP server that I started quite a while back, actually, with a couple friends. And over time, we've just kind of, expanded it. And now we have a good little base of players playing on here now. We do things very similar to the Hermits, if you're familiar with them. We do things like that. We have fun playing the game. We enjoy playing the game for how it was designed to be and enjoy building big. We enjoy just having fun as a group. This isn't quite some single player thing where you're just doing everything for yourself. We work together as a community on a lot of things, and we just have a lot of fun. Some of us record videos. I've recorded videos previously as well, but this channel that I'm starting here right now, which this is the first video for, we're going to go through, a couple different series of different things. We're going to have fun playing on the server. We're going to build some big stuff. And I'm going to go through some of the different farms. We're going to get technical about some of the things as well. So if you guys enjoy this, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate your support. So I'm here right now on the server. I'm actually at the spawn island. We are using the same seed as Hermitcraft Season 7. And we did this mainly because, we all enjoy watching those guys play. And this is a really good seed. I mean, I completely understand why they did this now with the Mushroom Island in the middle there, which we have done and created it as our shopping district as well. And it's nice because there's no mobs that spawn there. It's convenient. So I'm going to try to make this video not as long as I had actually planned. It helps if I actually put some gear on here. Let's equip back up here real quick because I did that to make sure he could see me. And let's take a little trip. So what we're going to do the first video, this is episode 1. We're going to go through, and here's the shopping district. I'm not going to go through this right now. You got player there. But I am going to go over to my base, actually, and I'm going to give you guys like kind of a quick tour of what we have here at my base and the things that I have going on. I'm not going to go into depth into a lot of things such as my farms and stuff like that. I just kind of want to show you guys a little bit of what it looks like. And then in successive episodes from this, we'll go through each individual farm. I'll show you guys how I did it. A lot of these designs are my own design. I don't use, I don't want to mimic other people too much. Obviously there's definitely some good ways to do things and some bad ways to do things. But I wanted to be sure that I made stuff that was, kind of my own, yet, still relying on game mechanics and understanding how all of it works and making sure that it is going to be an effective farm on things. So first up, we're going to start here. This is a survival multiplayer, so I'm going to have people hanging around and stuff like that. People are working on their own projects, everything else. There's 3 of us on now, but this here is I guess it's kind of my starter base. What you see here was not actually what I had started this season out with here on the CodeMC server. This is one of my first bigger builds, I guess you would say. My starter base was actually, because this was actually kind of a mountainous area here, I had taken and hollowed out a little area, and I built this tiny little basin here, which is actually what's actually inside here. You can see the different colored floor here. I never actually got back and replaced this. This little square here, or rectangle here, was actually my starter base. I had a couple chests here on the walls. I had my bed, my crafting table, I had my blast furnace, things like that. And this is how I started off my season, doing the normal stuff. I have a mine that's down underneath. I didn't have these bubble vaders. It just kind of went straight down, and I have a big mine underneath, which I'll get the camera count out later and can show you guys a little bit of that. But yeah, this was my starter base, basic storage. I ended up building this bigger room here. It's kind of like this mansion thing. And I did this, so I could have some more room to expand. I enjoyed building it. I used some of the brick texture there, which is kind of cool, kind of recessed back in there, some of the stone bricks. And then I believe these are, quartz blocks. I used some quartz in this build as well to give it a little white pop there, which is cool. Then once I built this, I added on the greenhouses on either side, and these greenhouses are just smaller farming areas that I've used. And we can walk into one here real quick and just kind of give you an idea. This is where I planted my carrots and my potatoes and my wheat. The normal stuff you need to get a season started with. Any kind of survival multiplayer season, you got to get something started with. So this was my farming area that got me going. The other side is more farms, although this is expanded since I initially built this. My first initial thing in here was the bamboo farm here. That gave me some fuel for my smelter and stuff like that. And eventually this expanded to 2 different levels here. So this is 2 levels of bamboo farming here. Not major. This is a pretty basic piston driven farm, but we'll go into those details later. Here, chickens. Bunch of chickens. They lay eggs. They're all standing on top of hoppers, and all the eggs flow down into this chest here. I use those eggs for things like pumpkin pie. That was my initial food source that I had used for a long time. Here's some of the bamboo coming in. I cleared it out earlier. And then, this, I keep walking around this thing. This big thing in the middle here is my melon and pumpkin farm. You can see I've got some problems still. I got to work out with some of the organization. This is 3 levels high of mostly melons. There is 1 section of pumpkins. I believe it's this lower section down here. The rest are all melons. I use these to trade with villagers. And then a small little sugarcane farm here. Not collecting a ton of sugarcane, but enough to get some paper and things like that. Keeping some of the melons and pumpkins over here. And just some, food sources, fuel sources, basic stuff you need to get started. Sugarcane for sugar, for pumpkin pie, and things like that. Eventually, later on, I expanded, and this was actually a more recent development here. Added some more villagers in here. I ran out of room in my main base area, which we'll see here in a minute. You should have been zombified already because you want way too much for your mending book. Little enchanting station. This is where I got started enchanting things. I have my smelter down here. Basic super smelter, nothing too fancy. It deposits the items into a bubble vader. They compare to the output chest. Just did some cactus for some green dye. Okay, so this is a quick overview map here of the area. All of this stuff, including that thing up in the top corner there, is all mine. And this white thing here is also my main base now. This is my little starter base area here. This is actually another player's tree, which you probably can see right there. That thing's massive and really cool. But yeah, this is the map area. I have multiple farms around here. My first big build was this lighthouse, and as you can see, it does blink on and off at a specified interval. And it was, I had just gotten a hold of some concrete. I had to make it all by hand. But yeah, it was my first big build on this server here. And it's a lighthouse. I mean, I kind of used it a little bit to help find my way. Especially, I would leave the shopping district after putting something together, and then I'd need to find my way back to my base. So I had initially just had a big old cobblestone tower that I had some torches on top of to help me find my way back whenever I was doing things. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to build a massive lighthouse to help find my way back. And this is what came of it. So back here, we'll see I have a couple different things. I'll just point these out. I won't go through the details now. This is an iron farm. This is my wool farm. Kind of see from the stripes up there. I am farming some of those chorus fruit. What are those plants actually called? I call them chorus fruit plants. Get the flowers and stuff like that. My sword and stone, that was a early build. I have another little sugarcane farm there just because I needed a little extra. So back there is the big concrete blastificator. I don't really use this anymore. We have another player who has a better one, and I buy it off of them. It's easier for me to just buy it off of them since I have some diamonds, and then I don't have to worry about making it myself and grinding it out, which is kind of annoying. And here I have, you can kind of see a cocoa bean farm. Over here is a newer build. I'm still not 100% sure what's going to happen here, but this is a tall tower. I have a cool honey elevator in it, and I might just use this as somewhat of a storage space, things like that. Not everything has to be practical when you're building on Minecraft, so not all of it is. That build is kind of self-explanatory. That is my creeper farm, or gunpowder farm if you'd like. Here is my cactus farm. We really can't see in this, but we can see the or what's happening here. I just smelted all the rest of the cactus down, so we just have a little bit in here. And then over here is my main base area. I won't fly through that yet, but creeper farm here. This is my next big build. This is, well, I say I'm next. I have 2 or 3 going. This is my space shuttle. I am like halfway done total with this because I still have to build the shuttle itself. We're still working on the main tank here. The main tank's, 3/4 of the way done. It's almost finished up. Down there, I have a phantom farm. It's a semi-manual phantom farm, but it is effective nonetheless. That was another player's starter. I think they abandoned that. Let's see. There's a village over here, which if you're familiar with Hermitcraft, you'll know there's a village back in this area. Where I'm building is actually where Tango is building on, I believe, on Hermitcraft Season 7. Like I said, this tree is another player's base area. They have a huge underground area. And then over here is my main base area that I use now. I'm going to try to not make... Oh, hello, skeleton. Excuse me. And in here, I have a multitude of different things. This is my initial storage system, just some barrels. And then over here, I graduated to a sorted system, and I'm actually going to end up replacing this with a different type of auto sorter. This is a single item sorter using a water stream over the top here, and then your basic comparator output of the hopper. You have filter items in here, and like this one here is for blaze rods, and you can filter items that way. It's pretty inefficient because you have to dedicate an entire row, or column rather, entire column to that specific item. So like here's mycelium. I can't put anything else in this chest. It all has to be mycelium. So for example, if I go down here to my wood chest, I've been doing this kind of manually. This is my wood chest. It will only sort spruce logs. The rest of the stuff that's in here, I put in myself. So I'm going to go to a multi-item sorter that will allow multiple items of my choosing to go into a column. And that'll hopefully make this a little more efficient. Because right now, I mean, I have so many items. You can see my chest monsters over here. I just have shulkers on shulkers of all kinds of stuff. Sometimes little random things after projects get finished. Yeah, that was from building the creeper. All kinds of different things. Some extra TNT. Just tons of stuff that I don't have places to necessarily sort. Some of these items will sort, but not all of them. Like I saw granite and andesite and grass and diorite, but there's other items in the shulker that I'm not sorting, so I don't really want to just stick this shulker into the ingest area right here and let it pull the items through, because most of these items aren't in this sorting system, and I would say the majority of them are going to end up down here, which is the overflow, which is just a catch-all. And you can see there's all kinds of crap in here. There's some polished granite, things that I don't sort. I am going to take that magma cream out because I need it in the stuff. But, just all kinds of stuff that I don't have places for end up getting down here. So I'm going to make a multi-item sorter, and that's going to be a project for later. This was my initial food source when I moved into here. This is my chicken hatcher, and it creates cooked chicken and feathers. The eggs are collected up top, and then they are ejected into this little slab area here. And as a baby, they can survive, but as soon as they grow up, they get burnt. And there's a hopper right here that picks up the drops from it, which is the cooked chicken and feathers. I've obviously been eating through it, so I'm kind of running low on that, but I have other food sources I'm not too worried about. This is my recent experiment, I guess you would say. This is my brewer. This is a shulker box at a time potion brewer. It does have an automatic water bottle filling system up top, which I can go through later. And the way it works is I put my items into this minecart up here with hopper on it, and I put them in the specified order, and then I send it off, and then it'll go through and it'll come back. And if I have to send it off again, I will if there's more than 3 items or more than 2 items, because it'll just do 1 item across and then 1 item on the way back. So a couple times. It's not perfect. I haven't got this whole thing ironed out yet on exactly how this needs to work, but it puts the items down into the brewing system, and then it brews all the potions up. And then whenever it's done, I hit this button right here, or flip this lever right here. It unlocks these hoppers and it pulls all the potions down and out and into this shulker box, this empty shulker box. And then once they're all out, I lock this again to keep them from pulling water bottles through. And then I open this lever here, and it puts brand new water bottles in the system ready to go for the next batch of potions. Down here, I've just been keeping some ingredients here. And I have other ingredients here that I know I need for these things, such as golden carrots for invisibility, gas tears for regen, phantom membranes for slow falling, pufferfish for water breathing, etc. So all kinds of stuff through here. And then in here I have, actually these are full shulker boxes here of different potions. And I've just been kind of collecting them up. I'm charging a single diamond per potion in my shop. And yeah, I'm just using them as I need to for different projects and things like that. If somebody needs a potion, they know they can just come here and get it. I don't really charge much for them, if anything. So yeah, and then here is my villagers. These are my standard trading villagers. I use these guys. Use these guys for emerald generation. So he trades 1 melon per emerald. So I just go over to my pumpkin and melon farm, grab a shulker of pumpkins and melons, go through, trade with these guys. This guy does 1 pumpkin and then 1 melon. I believe this guy does the same. Yeah, 1 pumpkin, 1 melon. I can also get my golden carrots and glistering melons from these guys for a single emerald. Which I use for the brewing as well. So these are my main emerald generation. These guys are my fishermen. Now they trade 1 raw cod for an emerald, and I have a both a fish farm and a guardian farm that give me raw cod and of course tropical fish from the fish farm. And I just trade with these guys, and that generates me even. This guy wants 5 raw cod. Are you kidding me? You're gonna need zombified. And then of course, you know, I trade with these guys, generate my emeralds. And then I have multiple other guys here that I trade with, a bunch of stonemasons, because that's how you get the easiest way by far to get quartz. And I have a lot of them because I've used, obviously, a lot of quartz in this build. This build is entirely quartz. Yeah, it took forever to get a hold of it all. Most of it was trading with these guys here to get it. If you saw my old base, I think I had 4 or 5 mason villagers over there as well. And then I have some more librarians. I've been slowly trading these guys, trading their lecterns out, so they will refresh their trades every time. Because some of these guys don't have that. I get Unbreaking 1, like, for 15 diamonds? Nah. So what I do is I just take and grab their lectern from them, and they reset, as you see, and then I just place the lectern down again, and then whenever he decides to, he will turn back around, pathfind to this guy. You hear my zombie back there. And pathfind to this guy, and he will refresh his trades. Knockback 2, not that good. So back here is a zombie. You probably can't see him. He's probably up against that stuff. I should be able to get in here. Yep, there he is. He is named, and Roger Murdoch, long story. And I use him. I flip open those trapdoors, and he will zombify my villagers for me. And then I heal them with splash potions of weakness and golden apples, and then they give me better trades. So back here is my main living area. I'm collecting heads. Our server here, we do have mob head drops, so almost every mob will drop their head under the right conditions. Obviously, you can see I have a wither skeleton farm, and I have been farming withers for their for beacons, because I sell beacons in my beacon shop. But yeah, I have all kinds. I have ravagers. I have charge creeper. Finally got one of those. Took a while. Of course, our own heads. I have our own player heads in here. There's a player head there. So we have all kinds of heads. We do the mob head drops and the player head drops on this server, which is really nice. If you like collecting those kinds of things, and it's kind of fun to experiment with some of the heads. My diamond pile in the middle. Yeah, this guy, he got loose. I was working on arranging some stuff. He got loose. He walked his way, because you can just walk right up through here. Walked his way in here, and he fell in, and he can't get out. And I haven't had the time to try to move him back over to the area. So I just said, okay, you can stay here. So he's my little fisherman. I keep some food in there just in case I need it, because I know where it's at. He's my little fisherman. He trades 1 raw cod for an emerald and a tropical fish for an emerald. So you're another one of my main emerald generation people. And I use those emeralds to buy other things from the other villagers. All right, so that's pretty much it for my base area. I have miscellaneous farms around. There's my fish farm. You know, I have the things that I need. This is my cactus farm. I think I already covered that. I think that's basically it. I have big mines underneath. You know, we've all dug out. You know, got our resources and stuff like that. And so yeah, this was a creeper explosion. He blew that up, and I never fixed it. I probably should fix that sometime. And I can hear it drown under here somewhere too. There's a little bit of water still underneath this, because I never actually filled it all up. But anyway, this is it for me. This is it for this episode. Thank you guys for hanging out. You know, the next episode, we're going to go through some more of our farms specifically. We'll also go through our shopping district and things like that. And we will kind of go through each of the little pieces. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And I will see you guys on the next episode. See ya.